Hey y'all, this is Stephanie with Large Family Diabetic Cooking. Well, today we're going to make some stuffed cabbage. So I'm getting ready to do my my cabbage. So I'm going to parboil some of this cabbage. And it doesn't take long for it to wilt in hot water. So we're going to do this part first. Then we're going to get the meat together. And while we're getting the meat together and all the spices and everything like that, I'm going to cook the rice. I'm going to use the same water that I'm doing my cabbage in is what I'm going to use to cook the rice that's going to go in it. And then I have my sauce, all my spices and stuff that I'm going to put in it. And then after we get all that together, then we'll start rolling them. And this will help make it more pliable. Make it easier to roll. Nope, it's not soft enough yet. There we go. This just needed a little bit longer. Now, some of these, in order to be able to roll, you may have to trim down the rib. And I will show you that. Fast. This one, that was fast. Wow. So, but, and some of these, I may end up having to cut in half because they're huge. I mean, we got a big, huge head of lettuce, and I had to cut, not lettuce, cabbage, and I had to cut it in half because I've never seen a cabbage that huge. Unless it's grown on a farm. So, and where I've actually seen somebody actually grow it starting from seed. You know what I mean? But when you go to the grocery store, very rarely do you ever find a cabbage head that huge. Because they don't wait till it's the right time to pick their harvest. It's called get it out of the garden, get it in the store so we can make some money. So But my daughter and Michael have been waiting for the past couple of days for me to get to the cabbage so I could make stuffed cabbage. They have been waiting. They love my stuffed cabbage. So I don't have very many more to cook down. But I had to wait for the water to boil. I need to grab a couple. Well, no, I can use that tin right there. I just need 2 more. So I need to grab 2 more tins. 9 by 13 pans. And then, as soon as we're done, we're doing Jeanette's brownies. My grandson hasn't been in school 2 full entire months yet, and there's already an outbreak of lice. So we treated him whether he had it or not, just to be on the safe side. And you can see the difference in the color, how green that is compared to how light this is. But once it's in the water and it's in there for like 2 or 3 minutes, it'll turn really bright green. That didn't take long at all. And then I have some ones that are all white. They're smaller, so I figured I'd use those on the babies because they're smaller. Somebody had given us some stuff from the food bank. And I'm not used to working with this kind of rice. I've never worked with this kind of rice before. Oh, you can microwave it too. Cool. I just think it would be easier to do it over in the stove, on the stove. 1 cup rice and 2 cups water. Bring contents to a boil, reduce heat, cover and let simmer 15 to 20 minutes. So I'll probably do usually 1 cup rice makes 2 to 3 cups of rice. When it's boiled, it makes 2 to 3 cups of rice. So I will probably do 2 cups rice. put the lid on it because it's already at a boil. So all I have to do is stir it, let it boil for maybe 2-3 minutes. Turn it down to, what did it say? I think it said turn it down to simmer. No, it just says reduce heat, cover, and let, oh yeah, and let simmer 15 to 20 minutes. Or until water is absorbed. Remove from heat, let stand covered for 5 minutes before serving. Okay. The last time I made, this was years ago, and this was when I ended up becoming a pregnant teenage mom. I was 18 when I got pregnant with my son, and I was also on food stamps at the time, and I was trying to think of something that I could make that was cheap and I knew would last a couple of days. And that's where the casseroles started coming into play. I started doing casserole meals because I noticed that they last 2 to 3 days in the fridge. And what we didn't eat, if there was any left over and nobody was in the mood for them the next day, I would put them in the freezer. I'd put them in a smaller container, disposable container, and put them in the freezer. And when we were in the mood for cabbage rolls again, I could pull that container out and there was enough for another meal. So and I did that a lot. Now, I also had to learn how to budget on food stamps. But I mean, I had already knew how to do that. But when you're on food stamps, it was totally different. And then back in the day when I was younger, Foodland used to have, that was one of the stores in our area, used to have a buy one get one free. So but when I was younger, I wasn't really paying much attention to that until I got older, and I realized what they were doing was they was doubling the price. So they were still getting their money. They were telling you it was buy one get one free when it really wasn't. Because then that's when I started paying attention to the prices in the stores. Whoops. Is they would always tell you it's buy one get one free, and it was not. So and I was thinking that I was getting a good deal, and it turned out that I was not getting a good deal at all. But Foodland, I used to love going to that store, and then they closed them down here in Pennsylvania. There is a handful, I think, left of Foodland in the store. But one of the stores I do want to try, I want to try to get to. It's just a 2-hour drive from where I live. Is I would like to go to at least once. I want to go to Sharp Shopper. I watched this other YouTuber on YouTube that her name is Gemrell Stewart. Well, she lives in Virginia, I think. Virginia. She lives in Virginia. And she has one close to her that she goes to. And she gets some really, really nice deals. I mean, I eventually want to get to the point where but because of where my daughter lives, we can't have like a big, huge garden. So, and because we're paying rent, the landlord does not allow you to, you know, dig up the property and all that kind of stuff. So, this is done. So let me get my measuring cup out so I can get the rice together. Knife. Okay, let me get this out. And then we're going to move this to the side. Get it out of the way. I'm going to open up our rice. Let me turn you around this way so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, here's my rice. "160 calories, 3 grams of protein." It's not bad. Carbohydrates. That's the main thing that I want to look at. 36. So, when you're eating this, because carbohydrates has a lot to do with your sugar, so make sure that you're careful. All right, 2 cups of rice going in. No, I will do that tomorrow. I have some chicken. I want to make some cheesy chicken and rice casserole. But I gotta pull my cheese out tonight so that way I can do that. All right. Let me put that right there for right now. A couple pieces of now. I'm going to stir up my rice. As I have it in, I need some water. Ooh. Okay. Awesome. Okay, so now we want to, where's the lid? Right here. We're going to put this on simmer. Turn the heat down, put it on simmer, and let it cook for 20 minutes. So let me set my timer. Start. All right, now, next thing we want to do is we want to get our meat. In our bowl here. So I'm doing 2 pounds of ground beef, 2 pounds of sausage. I need to sit down, my back's starting to hurt. I have 2 pounds of Bob Evans sausage. Make sure I get all that sausage out. That's where all the yumminess is. Okay. All right. I need to wash my hands real quick. Okay. Now we're going to get let me stir this. Here. All right, I need to pull out my spices now. So I'm going to put you guys down here. So that way, when I pull out the spices, I'm going to show you what I'm pulling out. Okay. I'm going to pull out my recipe. This is my grandma's recipe. So, we need minced onion, onion powder, garlic powder, a little bit of ginger. Ouch. A little bit of ginger. Chicken bouillon. Lowry seasoned salt. It says I need basil, but I don't have any basil. Where is I need smoked paprika, which is right here. Smoked paprika. Smoked paprika. Oh, pepper. And I need oregano. Oh, and cumin. Wrong way. All right, let me find my oregano. I know I have oregano. Where's it at? There it is. I missed it. It was on my top shelf. And I missed it. Okay. I need onions, peppers, garlic. And those need to be diced up. So that's where this comes in. Tomatoes. Garlic. Oh, nope, I have garlic in the freezer that I can use. Find it. I have some frozen garlic in here. Got it. Yeah, this is it. Okay. So all I have to do is let me rinse this off, and then we're going to dice this up. Or cut it up and put it in the blender so we can do what we need to do. See, we got 11 minutes left on the timer. Put that right there. All right, you're in my way. That there. That there. Scoot you over so everybody can see. All right. Now, oh, I need the garbage can over here. Ouch. turn you. There we go. Make sure you see everything. Okay. So we're going to get all these blended up, and then that's going to go in our meat. And the same spices that's going to go in our meat are the same spices that's going to go in our sauce when we put it together. So I'm using crushed tomatoes, two 28-ounce cans, diced tomatoes, two 14.5-ounce cans when they used to be 15, and then 2 cans of tomato paste. So the same spices that's going in my meat is going to go in the sauce too. So that way it's flavoring it and it's making it taste all yummy. The only difference is with the meat, and that's not supposed to be chicken bouillon. That's supposed to be, oh no, that's right. But I'm thinking because I'm using beef, I should use beef seasoning. And I think I'm going to switch it. Because when my grandmother made hers, she made hers with ground turkey. She would do either ground turkey or ground chicken. So that is why. I think that's why the chicken bouillon. Because turkey doesn't really have any flavoring. So, I mean, you have to really season your turkey really good. No, I need another onion. One of my onions had gone bad, so, but I couldn't tell, so, but I wasn't going to take the chance and use it anyway, so no. Okay, but yeah, we ended up having my grandson's school, I guess, has another lice outbreak. And like I said, the kids haven't even been in school 2 months. A full 2 months yet. Ow. I must have a sore up underneath my nail or something, because that juice from the onion got in there, and whoo, it is letting me know. All right, where'd that lid go? All right, so let's get this. And let's blend. No, yeah, crush. now because we're putting fresh onions in this, the minced onion will actually go in the sauce itself. It does not go in this because we're using fresh onions in this. You can also put potatoes, or not potatoes, I'm sorry, tomatoes, diced up tomatoes in here too. But we didn't have any fresh, so I have a couple of cans of diced tomatoes, and all I'm going to do is just drain it and add it to the sauce. Well, no, I'm not going to drain it. I'm going to leave it so that way that gives me extra sauce. Let me get this in the sink, and then I will be right back. I don't need this anymore. I need to get some, what my brother calls, wash your sister sauce. Okay. So let me check on my, I have 1 minute and 46 seconds left. So, while we're waiting on that, let's get our sauce together real quick. I need this. That's hot. Done. Alright, so now I turn the water off, or turn the rice off. So now it has to sit for 5 minutes. Alright, so let me get, I need to get out my well, it depends on which one's gonna work. So we're going to use this one. But if it doesn't work, we're going to switch to this one. Because like I said, if there's any divots or anything like that in the can, it makes it hard to, open. I need the small skinny for the tomato paste. All right. Thank you. All right, so let's get these open. I always wipe off my lids because you just never know. Even though I wipe them off when the groceries come in the house, I still wipe off my cans and stuff. But when they're sitting in the pantry for a while, it gets dusty. So, okay, we're gonna do 2 cans. All right, I have to take that one back because that is whole peeled tomatoes, and I gotta go back and get the right can. right tomatoes. So, all right, let's get this one opened. Careful not to get any, because I forgot that I had this shirt on. Let me go get a an apron real quick. I'm going to be rearranging my pantry. I think I'm going to put my baked goods, stuff that I bake with, like my flour and stuff like that, which is already in there. But I'm thinking about moving like some pastas, stuff like that, so that way it makes it easier to it just makes it easier. Say, what'd I do with it? So, sorry if you can hear the baby screaming in the background, but Caden likes to pick on the little girls, especially May May. And he deliberately gets her worked up. Typical brother picking on his little sister. And I can hear Izzy. She's in there defending her little sister. When sometimes she can be the biggest instigator. All right, so now we're gonna mix this. Yeah. All right, so now let's get this mixed. This will help make it a little bit thicker, and then we're going to add our spices. Oops. I'm making more of a mess. Not trying to, but that's the way it's. No, I mean, if I need to make more sauce, I have plenty of everything. Let me get these. I need to set these aside just in case I do need to make more sauce. Let me pull out one of these. Set this over here. So that way if I do need to make more sauce. Alright, I had to go tell them to settle down a little bit. So, alright. Now, we're going to put everything in our beef. Okay, so now we're going to do, seriously? Rice is done. A tablespoon and a teaspoon. I'll deal with it later. I need to put some garlic. I'm using a tablespoon, 3 tablespoons in the meat, 2 in the sauce. All right, teaspoon. 2 teaspoons of cumin. Personally, I think it should be 3. I'm going to do 3. Oregano. 2 teaspoons of oregano. Oops. Yeah, that's not gonna fit in there. So, two teaspoons of smoked paprika. There we go. Oh, that's where I finish it. I gotta get more smoked oregano or smoked paprika. A tablespoon of onion powder. A tablespoon of garlic. Seriously. I'm not going to use a whole lot of it, so I'm only going to use a teaspoon and a half of Lowry seasoned salt. I forgot to pull out the beef seasoning. While I have the minced onion out, I will sprinkle some of this. And that's probably about 2 tablespoons. And then we'll add some beef bouillon, 2 teaspoons. And then we'll add some Worcestershire sauce. And about a tablespoon or 2 of that. Now, we're going to mix this. And then I'm going to wash my hands. And then we're going to add the rice after we get this all mixed up and through. I forgot the ginger. About a half a teaspoon.